Welcome to TAO Dog Yoga. For our practice together, you will learn calm touch handling techniques for your dog. As a dog trainer, I feel that it's super important to take care of ourselves first before we can help our dogs. So in our practice together, we will sit, breathe, and get centered. And then I will talk you through our calm touch handling that we do in all of our TAO dog classes. Let's get started. So come to a comfortable seat. And if that means grabbing a pillow or blanket to sit on, go do that now. Get what you need to support you in this practice. You'll also want a little blanket for your dog to lay on. You can share the blanket with your dog. I'm kind of half on. Tao took up most of it. And you can share that. Your dog has a place to kind of settle and lay down. Hold on to your dog's leash. And if your dog doesn't have a leash, you can grab one as well. And ask your dog to lay down next to you. If you're not sure if your dog knows how to lay down yet, on command, you can use a couple pieces of kibble or treats and ask your dog for a down or lure them into a down next to you. And then I'll just gently, and I suggest you just gently hold on to your leash in your hand while we get going. If your dog gets up, that's okay. You're really going to continue to focus on you and your breath, right? And try not to let it rock you, right? Your dog may get up and down a bunch of times, and you're just going to stay steady in our practice together. All right, sit up nice and tall. Let your shoulders roll back. Good. Let your heart lift, right? Let the whole front of your body begin to open. Good. Start to reach the top of your head up towards the ceiling. Good. Nice long spine, making room for your breath. All right, together, let's take a deep inhale. And exhale, let it go. Do that again. Big breath in. Let it out. Good. One more, just like that. Good. And now continue to deepen your breath. And as you breathe, start to settle into your body. Let your shoulders really melt down. Feel yourself rooted in your seat, maybe a gentle rock from side to side. Notice where you're carrying any extra tension, right? It may be in your hips. It may be in your face and your jaw, right? So let all that just soften a bit. If it feels right, you can close your eyes. I'm still holding on to my leash, so if Tao were to get up, that would give me a little bit of a signal that I might open my eyes, ask her to lay back down. So if your dog is getting up and moving, just simply ask your dog to lay down next to you. And as you close your eyes, notice what your mind is doing. Right? Notice if it's very busy, if you're thinking about what you need to do today. Notice if there's any judgment around this practice. Right? If you're having any preconceived notions about how this should be or how this should go, especially if it's your first time doing this with your dog. Maybe just letting that soften a bit. Letting go of some of those thoughts. And just bring yourself back to being present. And back to your breath. Big inhale. Empty it out. So simple, just breathing in and out. Good. And as you sit here, observing what your dog does, right? And that may be your eyes are open and you glance at your dog, or your eyes still may be closed and you're sensing your dog in space. So if you haven't closed your eyes yet, give that a try, right? Let your eyes close and see if you can feel where your dog is in relationship to your body, any noises your dog might be making, whether it's their breath, whether they're stretching, maybe your dog is panting, right? Feel that connection, right? Even without the visual cue of seeing your dog, right? See if you can see your dog and feel that connection even with your eyes closed. Good. Take another big breath. Good. And then you can open your eyes. I'm going to move into our calm touch handling. So you want to move very slowly, right? Now that you've calmed yourself down, right? It's a good opportunity to keep that state of calm, right? And myself, I'm pretty animated as a person. So I love this practice because it allows me to slow down and to be really present, right? And really connect with my dog without thinking about other things, worrying about other things, or living in a more active state that I do a lot with my dogs. You know, running with them, being outside playing with them, training them. This gives me the opportunity within my relationship to bring this element of calm and peace. You know, even just being here with TAO right now, she's so peaceful. Just laying on her side, her eyes are closing, right? It brings this other piece to our relationship. So I love these techniques because you can add it into your life with your dog, right? You can still do all of that fun, really active, busy stuff we do, right? And that makes our dogs have a lot of fun, right? And that's part of it. This is such a nice counterbalance to all of that work. All right, so moving slowly, I want you to stay comfortable in your body and make any adjustments you need. I will ask TAO to come and lay right in front of me so that I can stay in alignment. I can sit up nice and tall and do this work with her without having to compromise all of the wonderful yoga that we've just done. So I'm going to ask TAO to move in front of me. So you can do that now. And I'm going to move a little bit so that I'm comfortable. I like to extend a leg out. It helps me to stay seated nice and tall. Good, TAO, come. Come on, TAO. Good girl. She doesn't want to move much. So I'll meet her in the middle. Good girl. Good. And then if your dog is getting up and just that little shift of your movement cause your dog to get up, get excited, right? Hold on to your leash. Ask your dog to lay down. Take a deep breath. Let it out. Good. And get yourself back to that really calm place. All right. For those of you, if your dog is up and moving, you can hang on to your leash. You can do this with your dog standing, sitting, or laying down. So we'll start by holding onto a leash or even gently just holding your dog's collar. And with your free hand, you'll place it right behind your dog's ears. And we'll pause for about a second. Good, and then slowly move your hand down your dog's spine. Good, and if you notice that you're wanting to move quicker, you're feeling that impulse, right? To go quicker, slow yourself down even more. And when you get to the base of your dog's tail, you'll pause again. Release your hand. And then you can release your hand off your dog's collar. And if your dog is settling, you can let go of your leash. We'll do that again. Hand on your dog's collar or leash. Free hand goes right behind your dog's ears. And I like to say letting your hand land letting it land right there, pause for a moment, and then start to move your hand down. When you reach the base of your dog's tail, you pause again. Good, and then release your hands. Right? And then notice what your body did. Right? I'm finding I'm leaning over, so I'm just going to sit back up. And notice what happened with your breath. Sometimes we hold our breath. We're so concentrated on what our hand is doing, right, that we forget to breathe. Right? And our breath is one of our tools to help our dogs stay calm. So they pick up on when you're holding your breath, right? And they're like, well, what's going on with that? So bring your breath back in. Let's do that together again using our breath. So let your hand land, take a breath in. And then as you exhale, really slowly, you're going to move your hand as you empty all of the breath out. And then you can release your hand. Calm touch handling is so important for a relationship with our dogs because it builds trust. It builds a physical connection, but this way of handling your dog allows them to know where your hands are moving on their body. Right? So when we let our hand pause for a moment, that gives our dog time to feel our hand, know where it is, not be nervous about it, right? Because it's just a hand right behind their head. And then as you move slowly, that movement, if you're doing it slow enough, gives your dog an opportunity to track, right, exactly where your hand is going. It builds trust. So every time we practice, we do the same pattern. And you can see TAO's pretty relaxed. She knows that when we do this part of class, what to expect. So that's what we're going for, using our hands as a tool, right, in our bodies to help support our dogs in this calm state. The other beautiful thing about this type of handling is you can take this anywhere with you, right? So the vet office is a really good example of where I've used this technique. I go into the vet waiting room, right? And then I go into the small room before my veterinarian comes in, and I hold on to TAO's collar or leash. She's usually seated, right? Because she's a little more nervous there. And I just start with one hand behind her head, go all the way down. And I do this while I'm waiting for my vet to come in. Good girl. And he'll come in the office and go, how is she so relaxed? All right? It's like my little secret. So I'm sharing it with all of you. It's a great opportunity to support your dog, right? Some of your dogs also won't take food in stressful situations, such as the vet or other places. We've also used this on our walks. And it dawned on me one day when I went and sat on a bench, at a shopping center, outside, sat down, and TAO would not relax. And it made me a few years ago really realize that I didn't do this with my dogs, right? I didn't include this in my relationship, in my practice. But now I do. So I taught her this technique at home, and then on our walks, I'll sit down at a bench. I just start to move into this, and she'll lay right down. So doing this, you're really training your dog. Of course, it feels good to us, right? We love our dogs, so it feels good to put our hands on them and support them. But you're conditioning them, which is a form of training. You're teaching your dog, when I do this, you can relax, right? You're giving them that permission. All right, let's add on a little bit. One hand on your dog's collar or leash. One hand starts behind your dog's head, and you're going to travel down your dog's spine and find your dog's hip that is most available. Could be the one that's facing up or the one that's closest to you. And then slowly bring your hand down your dog's hip to your dog's knee. And if your dog will let you comfortably, you can go all the way down to your dog's foot. Go ahead, pause for a moment, and then release your hand. you can also release your hand off your leash or collar if your dog is really relaxed laying there with you. All right. Let your hand come behind your dog's head. Same starting place. You pause. Give your dog an opportunity to register your hand is there. Slowly move down your dog's spine, down your dog's shoulder, and find your dog's elbow. You can pause there, or if your dog is really relaxed, you can go even further, down your dog's leg to your dog's paw, and pause. And release. And the final thing for calm touch handling is finding your dog's favorite places. So for TAO, for her, that is on her chest, right? So I'll bring my hand right in between her forelimbs, right? Right in between her front legs. And I'm just gonna gently move up and down and just pet her there. She loves that. Or even her belly. So sometimes I'll rub just her belly. Depending on the day, sometimes she'll flip over on her back. But those are her favorite spots. And sometimes it's just up and down, right? Or just gentle sweeps downward. So try that on your dog. So Tao made a little adjustment. She's like, that one's good. So I'll keep doing this. Just a gentle sweep down the side of her body. And I can hear her breathing change a little bit. She's almost snoring. She's ready for a nap. So for her, these are her favorite spots. My other dog, who's also a German Shepherd, named River, he likes his ears rubbed. So some dogs like if you go to the base of their ear and go all the way to the tip of your dog's ear. Some dogs love that. Others are like, no. They don't love it, right? So it really depends on your dog. River also likes if I just make little circles on the inside of his ears. A little massage. He'll fall asleep when I do that. So this is a great opportunity to explore your dog in a different way. To find those favorite spots that they love to be touched. And when you do it from a really calm, thoughtful place, it's an even better experience for your dog. It's a different experience for your dog, right? It's a stronger connection you have with your dog. Thank you for taking the time to practice with Tao and I and being open to trying something different with your dog that will strengthen your relationship and allow you to take care of yourself while giving some love to your dog. Stay tuned on Facebook for more videos of how to practice Tao Dog Yoga with your dog, and also check out our YouTube channel. So videos will also be posted up there on Behavior Unleashed, right on YouTube.